A couple of small projects to do which delayed us a bit, but no problem. Right, so I thought first of all, before we start on the disassembly, we'll just show you what we've had to do. Well, I need to video, I need to get off my knees. Thank you, John, Mr. Hoopler, one of my supporters. He said, oh, he couldn't do it, it's hurt his knee. No, I can't do it either. It's hurt my knees. Anyway, here's what we've been up to. The table that was in the window, I've got to get behind the light to video. And the table that was in the window had all this wood here. All that wood piled underneath, and this corner was all piled up, so moving junk about again. I've tidied it all up, moved the table out, and also I thought, oh, I've had this table, I don't know, over 30 years. I bought it when I first came in. Nice, good, solid kitchen table. I thought, well, it'll be ideal for this job. And I found a piece of, well, I think it's vinyl roof, just a little roll. Well, again, I've had that years. So I've just nailed it on with 4 felt nails, and I think that'll make a good work surface. You know, there's no need to go and pay these 50, 60 or 150 pounds for these proper tables. You know, you can do it, and it's just as good, Right, now pop you on here. There's another point that was told to me today, a very good point, and that's draining the fluids. It's all very well telling people, you know, how to go on, but and everyone of course will know that they check the oil in the lawnmower or the rotavator or whatever, unless it's 2-stroke obviously, but not everyone will realise, just for argument's sake, say somebody was getting an engine to do like this. There we are. I'll just zoom in a tiny bit, I think. There we are. So someone gets an engine and they start to take to pieces and they think, oh, I'll have a go at that. And they get the cowl off and that, and then they take the sump off and there's black oil all over it, and they say, blimey heck! You know, and if they're in the garden it'll be bad. If they're in the garage it'll take ages cleaning up. And of course, if you happen to be doing it on the blooming room table, well, your missus will spare, won't she? Probably chuck the house and divorce you. So, the first thing is draining the fluids. While the mower was outside, I did drain the petrol tank. I just tipped the mower upside down and put the petrol back in the thing. There's a tiny drop in there, but nothing to worry about. You don't want petrol in your house. Not only is it dangerous, obviously, but it smells. So, the thing to do is, and I'm very handy these, an old 5 litre oil tin when you filled your car up, when you've changed your oil. Cut the bottom off, marvellous little things. And later on, as you'll see, it'll be useful for washing. You just put, you know, a drop of paraffin or white spirit in there for washing all the small parts. Ideal they are, and of course free. So there we are. Right, so the oil filler on this engine is here. I have to show you it. Right, I don't know if you can see, I'll point to it. Put it on the table, there we are. It's here. It's where you fill it and check the oil. And I tell you what, if you look at this, because I've already had a look obviously, look at that, it's actually nice clean oil in it. So it just shows you it hasn't had much use at all since an oil change. Anyway, there is oil in it and it needs to be tipped out. So we'll put that down there. And I'll just tip the oil into this tin. There we are. Look, nice black oil. There we are. I hope you can see. Yes, you should be able to see it, I think. Might be a little bit far away, but I'm sure it's close enough to see. Yeah, so we did this. We've done the table, so now we're not working on the floor. Thing is, I've not done a little engine of any sort for many years. Last one I did was a small motorbike engine in the mid-90s. you know, so I've never needed to do it. And and when I have done it, I've done it outside and used my little stools and things, you know, so that's why we've never done it. Right, we'll leave that for a moment. The other thing is always, I've got a little bag of rags, just some old blankets cut up, and then it's easy just to wipe it and wipe your hands and keep things relatively clean. So that drained it. If you leave it to drain in the corner and have another go, you might get a drop more out. There we are. Well, it pays to just let it drain. You should really stand it on a stand and let it drain, but there might even be a drain plug, but I don't know. Oh, the other thing just to point out, I thought this engine had a gearbox on, but it doesn't. I was fooled because it was under the mower bed and it looked like that was a gearbox, but it isn't. That's the crankshaft, so that's a lot bigger bonus. Well, there is actually an oil drain. It's there. Yeah, the oil drain is there, but it looks a little bit corroded, so that will need a good clean. So that's the easiest way of doing it. So I think that seems to be all out. At least we should be able to clean it up with a small bit of rag if there is a tiny spillage. So there we are. Right, so that's just the introduction to it. We'll just get rid of this, and then just for starters I'll take the recoil off and the exhaust guard off and just the external ancillaries, maybe the carburetor and the crackle tank, and then we'll get to the engine, and then it needs a clean. So I'll just take it outside and give it a quick wash off so that we're starting in some sort of order. Right, so we'll see in a little while.